Adam. I'm in charge of government and education at LinkedIn, and I'm happy to be present with you today. We have a nice session today talking about the future talent, which are the students. Eventually, jobs have to be filled, and it starts when people graduate from university. So this is a very deep topic to me and to LinkedIn, because students are the highest growing segment in our organization, and we take special care at understanding their needs and how we can help them. But before I start, I also would like to welcome a special guest, which is Mr. Ahmed Kaitoub, who is the head of national development at Jumeirah Group. The reason I have Ahmed in the session, yes, big applause. Thank you, Ahmed, please. The reason Ahmed is joining us is because without the employer being with us, we cannot have the full cycle. Of course, the universities as well. But I wanted Ahmed to join us to give us a little bit of thoughts on himself as a manager of national development at Jumeirah, which is one of the leading groups in hospitality in Dubai, leading the way and opening opportunities for nationals, to give us an insight how they are doing these things, how they are meeting their goals, and what are the challenges. And we chose also national employment because at the end of the day, this is one of the top priorities in the region. We understand that, and LinkedIn also cares about this segment of the population. So thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you, Mr. Raja.
So we have a few questions, Ahmed, just in overview of yourself and your role. I know that you joined Jumeirah recently in 2012. And you are taking care of the national development program. So if you, in your own words as well, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raja. Bismillah ar-Rahman 2012, like I've completed 2 years 2 days ago. So time really flies by. As Asha said, like now she's going to complete 10 years in DPG. I look after national development at Jumeirah Group. What this means is look after the nationals in terms of the development that we have. We have special development programs for our Emiratis. The general marketing and PR strategies in place to market Jumeirah. We've talked about brand and overlook national recruitment within the group. Basically, in short, that's mainly it.
Very good. So Ahmed, tell me, today's topic is about students and the importance of students to an employer. Can you tell me, in terms of Jumeirah's point of view, why are students important and are they in the first place?
Well, Jumeirah's mission for national development is to attract, develop, and grow UAE nationals to be the leaders for the company and for the industry and for the country as a whole. So developing students is one of our key segments as attracting UAE national, as I mentioned, of our development programs. We have the national development program to get nationals, fresh graduates, to be future leaders in our business.
And isn't it easy for you to get more experienced people that can understand the hospitality business and actually start from day one being productive?
Well, we could look at this as an option. However, as the industry requires talent to be specific within hospitality, at the moment we don't see this within the UAE National Committee. And also, it's much easier to get fresh graduates and mold them to be to have the values, and we call them in our company the hallmarks of Jumeirah, to be embedded within them to be future leaders for the company.
Nice. And how do you recruit them? What's your approach to this?
Now we started with the national graduate program back in 2010. That's before I joined, and it's been very successful so far, alhamdulillah. And we've looked at visiting universities and colleges. Well, of course, we always post the roles in our website, which is linked into different channels. One of the major ones would be LinkedIn. And we take also referrals from other UAE national colleagues or other colleagues within the business who have fresh graduates who would like to come and join the hospitality sector, which is very good to see.
Very good. So if I may address the audience, we would like to take your opinion, because at the end of the day, you are also employers, and we would like to know if the students are a priority in terms of your recruitment strategy. We have a question, maybe the organizers can post the question on your iPads, or you can look at, is student recruiting a priority for your organization? This is a yes or no question. So we appreciate your answer. So it's a close one. 57% yes, and 43% no. Thank you. The second point I wanted to ask is...
Do we go?
No, no. So the second question that I would like to ask is the same one I asked Ahmad. How do you actually approach and recruit students? We have different options, and you can choose the one that best fits your company today. So 59% is, if I may read correctly, at career fairs. And the company website is 13%, followed by referrals, online boards, and social networks. And this is, does this correspond to what Jumeirah is seeing today, or you have different kind of, you see some other parts impacting your approach?
No, I think this is exactly what I've sorted out in the answer.
Right.
So, yeah.
And when recruiting those students, what kind of the challenges that you're facing today, and what have you done to overcome them?
Now, as the hospitality sector in general is known for their long working hour, and Claudia mentioned it, and Claudia, we always refer back to you. Work-life balance would be one of the important things, and you mentioned that working hours would not be one of the major things. However, it's within that field. We've looked at, when we were looking at UAE nationals, they would tend to look at competition across the private sector, and the the hospitality working hours in general would be a 48-hour week, which is kind of like an 8 hours extra on a regular or the private sector norm. We've researched and looked into it. We've seen some graduates declining offers afterwards for some reasons, and we introduced competitive national hours just to be within the market norm in terms of the private sector, to reduce the hours for nationals from 48 hours a week to 40 hours a week. And that was one of the challenge and the solution for that. In addition, as hospitality, we tend to have our core operations in the sector would be the hotel operation, which is the front office and the back of house and the heart of house. This is where we have the majority of our colleagues working. At the moment, most of the students focus on studying different things than what we currently offer. However, we also provide the roles that would be attractive for them within the areas they graduated from. So one of the challenges is we have those roles. Could nationals be attracted to? Yes, but it wouldn't be as big as the number where we see others coming and joining the other functions.
Which roles were most challenging to kind of attract people to join that role?
Well, it's the challenge is because I don't think there is an awareness, because the majority of the students would focus on different fields, business. So hospitality, which is the core operations, wouldn't be the first choice of the national graduates.
And then when you did the awareness, have you seen a change in the mindset of those students considering hospitality afterwards?
Well, one of the best things I've noticed, which was last week in the National Career Fair, the number of applicants to Jumeirah increased at least by 20% of last year. So to come to work for Jumeirah, I think the awareness is there at the moment and it's picking up. In addition, we saw our neighbor stand, who has all the other hotel companies. We see a lot of traffic passing by those hotels as well. So I think the awareness is picking up quickly.
Excellent. Ahmed, you recently featured as a LinkedIn user. We had a video with you about LinkedIn. Can you briefly tell us how LinkedIn helped you personally?
Now, that's a story I really like sharing. Actually, I joined Jumeirah through LinkedIn, and if I would take you to the history of how did I have a LinkedIn account, my previous manager had a LinkedIn page, and he wanted to see how it looks to other viewers. So he asked me, could you have a LinkedIn page? Could you create one? I said, okay, I don't know. Could I have something to do first? He said, no, let's do it now. And he looked at, and he guided me through opening a page, and I've done it. And then, okay, this is your page. This is how it looks. I said, okay, good. And then that's how I had a LinkedIn.
That's how we lost you, basically.
Well, it's kind of, yeah. This is how it's very ironic. And then.
So for managers, don't ever ask you to check your profile or give advice, basically.
Well, this was my first advice when I joined the company. I asked nationals, please have a LinkedIn page. It's going to be very beneficial for you. Maybe not in general. It's going to be useful.
Based on this, what would be your best advice to the students that join or that you meet about LinkedIn?
Now, as the majority of the room here use LinkedIn and post roles, I would really encourage. Now, this advice would go for the employers.
Okay, and that was my second question.
And then it will link back to the students. As we are looking at facing the challenges in terms of attracting the national graduates, as the awareness isn't there, because most of them would tend to study something, assuming the roles and the vacancies would be available by the time they graduate. And we're in 2014, we're looking into graduates of 2018, 19, or 2020 coming up soon, which is the boom would be of the hospitality industry and the process coming back to it. And this is back to Jumeirah. But looking at the roles that you have, the students would tend to search what will be the vacancies available at the moment, so that they could make a decision what are the majors I would study in the future, and then work and study to graduate and work in your companies in the roles that you have available. So that's the advice for the employers, to have those vacancies upload, and then I would tell the students, well, look online, as most of them would do, and you'll see what's available for you before even making a choice of what would you like to study.
Thank you, Ahmed. Basically, what I would like to carry on, and thank you very much for the advice and the insight. I wanted to start with Ahmed and to continue based on his insight and the answers that you provided us in the survey, how we can show what LinkedIn has to offer to students and give you a small glimpse of what are the tools that are available to students and to employers. And if I may, I have a small presentation. Our topic today is engaging the students, and they are the future talent. And as Ahmed said, the 2020 is the boom. By the time those people graduate and have a few years of experience, they will be the workforce of 2020. We discussed the Generation Y. I call them Generation C. They are connected. They were born in the digital world. And those people have a different tool set that myself, Ahmad, or my colleagues, during our time, probably internet was still booming or not probably available. So they are different than the rest looking for a career, and they want a dream that to pursue. So how do we help those students, and how do we provide them with the tools that are customized to their own mindset and behavior, the digital generation? And to do this, I wanted to take you on a journey, the journey of Salwa. And I want you to meet Salwa. She's a student at AUD. She's a business major. And we would like to see how LinkedIn can help Salwa achieve her goals using the new tools of professional media and networking. Okay, why LinkedIn? Dan mentioned earlier, we have a big segment of students, more than 39 million members and growing. This is the highest growing segment. We have a lot of universities joining, more than 24,000 universities, and we have the platform today where people have their identity, companies are there, employees are there, and jobs are there. So let's see what Salwa can do on LinkedIn. First and foremost, and as Ahmed said, they need to have an identity. They need to build their profile, not their social profile, not what they are doing on the weekend, but actually what represents them as a future employee and a future professional and leader. So Salwa created her ID on LinkedIn, and she's a student at University of Dubai, and this is how she can now find opportunities and also be found by interested employers. The second step is basically to leverage her network. And we have a really nice feature that we mentioned earlier, is that today universities, they are able to have what we call an alumni page. Not the regular company page or the commercial page, an actual alumni page that has a repository of all the alumni that graduated from the university and also current students. And within that network, she can leverage and go into that network and see who has graduated or who is currently studying in that university across different details in terms of geography, in terms of kind of major, skills, and so forth. And this is where she will start. Starting here, she does her search, and she says, who has studied business administration, her major, at American University of Dubai. And she starts looking and exploring this tool, which is available to her. And she finds that, this is not really clicking, she finds that a lot of people have studied, around 220 people have studied business administration at AUD, same as Salwa. Next step for Salwa is to leverage that network, and she finds, by coincidence, Mr. Ahmed Kaitou, who has studied business administration at Jumeirah, at AUD, and he is working today at Jumeirah. And she also remembers that Ahmed came to AUD last year and did the presentation, I think, on Jumeirah Group and hospitality, and she still remembers him. So she decides to explore this further because she has all his details and she knows how she can reach him and what are the shared connections and so forth. This is how she can leverage the new tool and LinkedIn. It's not only about, in the past, going to the newspaper or asking people around who knows Ahmed. Ahmed is available online and he is ready to be contacted. At the same time, she's able to visit the employer or the potential employer, like Jumeirah Group. Jumeirah Group, they have really solid and excellent presence on LinkedIn, so she can understand what kind of company it is, what does it feel like working for Jumeirah Group, what are the opportunities, and so forth, and she can make up her mind. And on the right side, she can also see what kind of jobs are currently available at Jumeirah Group. And by coincidence, the Jumeirah National Youth Program is available online. And this is the program that Ahmed today is managing. And she has a chance to consider. She is still a student graduating. She has one more year. So she is eligible for this program. And then she can apply for this program and join Jumeirah. And in this way, using the online tools of LinkedIn, using her passion for the digital world, she is able to leverage all these skills and tools to be able to find the next opportunity and display herself as an eligible candidate and employee. And of course, she was hired. This man usually fires people, but in this case he hired Salwa because she was incompetent. And this is my presentation today. Basically, what we want to do to say is that this is what LinkedIn can do better than anyone else. And thank you very much for your kind of listening to this presentation.